Hey guys, this is my out-of-theater reaction for The Lord of the Rings, and I'm very sorry to say this, but colon, and heavy emphasis on that colon, the War of the Rohirrim. Now, I was actually looking forward to this movie. I am a Lord of the Rings fan. I really love the original Peter Jackson trilogy, and I'm a big fan of 2D animation, especially theatrical 2D animation. We don't get a lot of that nowadays, and anime. And I thought telling a Lord of the Rings story with that aesthetic in that medium is a great idea. I think that's really cool. And, you know, exploring a story within the world created by J.R.R. Tolkien that few people know about sounded really interesting to me. But, you know, much like the Hobbit trilogy before, which was very disappointing, and the Rings of Power, which is awful, War of the Rohirrim is a disappointment. Maybe not as bad as those things. There are some good things to be had in this movie. Has a very nice score. The animation at times is really solid, although it is a little wonky. But the thing that I just found really lackluster about it was the story, and especially the characters, namely the main character. This story kind of takes place, I believe, like 2 centuries, 200 years, 180 years before the events of the original trilogy. And we're kind of following this regional dispute taking place in Rohan. And we're following Helm Hammerhand, the recent king, or the current king of Rohan. And there's this dispute in regards to trying to marry his daughter. Things don't go exactly well. And, you know, the Rohan is at war with this other opposing side, you know, who wants vengeance for the death of their leader. Now, the original material focuses on Helm. You know, it's his story. And it's only like a few paragraphs long. But what Kenji Kamiyama, who probably is best known for doing a lot of wonderful anime stuff. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, I recommend checking out. Really, really good, which I thought would like, oh, he's going to have a really cool vision for this. What he and the filmmakers do is they instead focus on his daughter, Héra, and which is not necessarily a bad thing. She doesn't really play a big role in the original story, though. And the issue that I have was that she's just not a very interesting character at all. You know, we're told that she's the best at this, the best at that. She's, you know, great and everything because, well, the plot requires it. But her vocal performance I found very dull. I just found her to be a very, I don't know, just dry, boring character. And we're with her through, you know, the majority of the film. You know, there are a couple people that do stand out. Brian Cox, the great Brian Cox, is, I think, an excellent job voicing Helm Hammerhand. I really enjoyed him in the movie. I wish it was more focused on him, even though he does play a larger role. But, you know, the movie is focusing more on the daughter, and I just really didn't care for her. And, you know, it's not like we haven't gotten great, you know, women in Lord of the Rings before. Of course, you know, Éowyn, obviously, and Arwen. And funny enough, Éowyn, the original actress, comes in to provide the narration, you know, for the film itself. But, you know, doesn't really add too much to it, sadly. So, yeah, this was a disappointment. Not the worst movie I've seen this year, but I expected more. I expected better, and yeah, it's just frustrating to see Lord of the Rings franchise being handled this way, but when, you know, whatever company's handling, because everyone has control of different parts of J.R.R. Tolkien's materials. But, yeah, guys, what did you think of Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim? Did you love it? Did you like it? Were you more, I guess, mixed, disappointed on it, or did you just downright hate it? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.